Hello guys, my name is Divesh Jadwani and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, this video is gonna be AI governance for absolute beginners. Alright, you might have been in this AI space and agentic AI space from a very long time. You might have been developing applications, but to develop secured and governed applications is a different thing, right? This is how we work in production. And you might have come across this word AI governance. People might have spoken something about it, right? What is the compliance and what are the security measures, the risk levels and whatnot. So in this video, I'm going to break it down step by step. Okay, and we are going to explore everything about AI governance and have a good overview about it. Okay, we are going to talk about the types and we are going to talk about the different layers, and we are also going to clear off a common confusion that what is AI governance and what is LLM security and how are they connected with each other. All right, so let us dive right into this. AI governance is a concept that we have to take care of while developing any particular application. Okay, this can be an agentic AI application, this can be a generative AI application. Okay, this can be a simple software application as well. Simple app or AI related app, anything which we are developing, we have to keep this AI governance thing in mind. Okay, now what exactly is this AI governance? So AI governance is nothing but a set of rules and regulations. Okay, set of rules which we have to abide to while developing the application. Okay, this is AI governance. Now, why this has become a very important part? Because in today's world, we want to ship safe products. Okay, safe AI products, safe and secure and reliable AI products. This is what we want to ship currently into production. Okay, of course, we don't want our AI agent to tell that how a bomb is made, right? We don't want our AI agent to guide how to hack a system, how to hack a library system or any kind of system. We don't want our AI system to do that. Okay, so we want to define or we want to develop the system in such a way that it will be safe and reliable to use. So to understand AI governance, how it works is I'm just simply going to draw a diagram. Okay, this is the app which you are developing. This is the rules which are defined, that these are the rules to make your application, and this together makes governance. Okay, governance. Now whenever you're talking about developing an app, you are talking about developing a secured app. Okay, an app which is secured. And rules, what are these rules? This is the major concern which we are going to discuss. What are the rules? Okay, before going anywhere else, now we know what this AI governance is combined of, or what governance is combined of. Okay, let us quickly understand app and rules with a simple analogy. Okay, every time we learn AI governance, we have a textbook example which is talking about a car. Okay, so if I talk about a car, let us say you are building a car, you are a car manufacturer. Okay, design aesthetics is all one side, but the main thing which is a selling point of car is features. Okay, similarly for an application as well, if you're developing a car or if you're developing an application, your features play a very important role. Okay, now what kind of features a car can have? A car can have a speed feature, that this is the speed of this particular car. This car can have a glass security, which means bulletproof glasses. Okay, so this also says that this car is secured. Similarly, it can have other features. One of the most important features of car is a speedometer. Let us not forget that. Speedometer helps a car to stay in limits. Similarly, for when we talk about applications, we have observability. As simpler as that, we are relating all the concepts. So let me show you that speedometer as well. Check this out. Of course, we know this is a speedometer. What this speedometer helps us to understand: what is your petrol level, all right, what is your speed, how are you driving, right? So that a human is always in his senses and he knows what he's doing, how much is the speed, how much he should be, aware about. So observability is coming into the picture, right? So these are some features, right? When you are developing a car. Now, similarly, you develop an app and you develop a car. But now, when car is ready, you are going to give your users to use that car. Customers are going to be there who are going to purchase your car. Okay, so anyone using your product, okay, anyone who is using your product, you have to define a way that how you can use that product safely. Okay. And what are your limits of using that particular product, which means rules. Okay. I'm specifically coming on to both of these terms separately because safety comes on the security part of side and rules comes towards the governance part of side. We have been talking about LLM security quite a while now. LLM security includes some concepts like gateways, guardrails, observability, right? Rules. These are the concepts which we are going to talk about today. Rules, AI governance part. Okay, this is LLM security. I'm simply going to write it. Okay, and this is AI governance. As simple as that. So we know that once you are giving it to the users, they have to stick to the rules in order to use that particular product. So let me go to that analogy, the car analogy. So a car is made. We know that the car is made. Now, to drive a car, you have to follow the traffic laws and the speed limits. Okay. You need to have a driver license to use this particular car, which means people can come and sit in your car. All right. People can look at your car from far away. But the only person who can drive your car is you. You should have your keys, okay, and you should also have the authority to drive your license. I mean, the authority to drive your car, which is a driving license. Okay, you have to use it legally and ethically. Okay, which means you have bought this car for actual good use case, to help yourself or something else. It is not used for illegal purposes. Okay, we don't want to add any feature which will help people to use it illegally. Accountability and oversight. Okay, if I am driving a car and I meet with an accident, it is on me. Okay, I have made the mistake, there was no mistake of the car. Okay, these are some rules and regulations. Okay, this is governance into action. And when we talk about security, so locks and alarm system, right? You can lock with your button from anywhere, and alarm system if someone is touching your car. Encrypted systems, which means these days cars comes with a advanced technology, ADAS technology. We don't want anyone to control our car from their computers. Okay, secure infrastructure. So again, the same part, sandbox environments, which means only we should have control, proper control, okay, on the edge of our car. Threat mitigation. So we have defined this system in such a way that if there is someone trying to do data poisoning or prompt injection, our system will defend it. Okay, and both of these make up a secured and governed application. Okay, so we know evaluations, guardrails, and there is also a concept of red teaming. I will come to that, but we know these concept of LLM evaluations and LLM security basically, and this is overall AI governance. Okay, and if we come to the definition, okay, if we come to the simple definition of AI governance, so AI governance is a system of rules, processes, and controls that ensures AI is built, used, and managed responsibly, safely, legally, and according to the organization's policies. Okay, we have to understand this particular concept. AI governance is the system of rules, processes that control and ensures how AI is built. Okay, so this is an open question that when do you think AI governance come into the picture? So this is AI governance. Okay, AI governance is what you are studying, and this is your software development life cycle, where first you plan your product, and after planning your product, you design your product. Then after designing your product, you develop your product. then you test your product, right? And then you deploy your product. So this is your entire software development life cycle. The question is, when do you think AI governance come into the picture? The correct answer to this particular question is AI governance is a continuous process. Okay. It's a continuous process. It does not come anywhere in between and here and here. We want to develop with some rules and regulations. We want to design the product to with keeping the rules in mind. We have to plan a product keeping the rules and regulations in the mind, and deploy as well and test as well. So AI governance is an ongoing process of any software development lifecycle, may it be AI or may it be simple software development. All right, this is the most important part to understand. Now we'll understand more things about it. Okay, so ongoing process, we very well understand this. And let us come to the major part, that why we need AI governance. Okay, why we need our system to have rules and regulations, why we have a speed limit while driving the car. We understand the car simple, right? Why do we need a license? We need a license so that, the person is allowed to drive the car. We need traffic signals so that we can control the traffic. Okay, we have a speed limiter so that there are less accidents. We have police, that if accident is breaking, police is going to stop that particular incident, right? So we have these legal measures of following the rules and regulations of everything. Now let us do some case study, and let us talk about the two major incidents which have happened very recently. Okay, which proves, or which awares the world about integrating AI governance. Do not make applications which are not governed. Okay, so this is the most recent incident, July 2026, OpenAI and Hugging Face incident. Okay, it is a very famous incident. And what happened over here is, OpenAI and Hugging Face currently are working in collaboration to have a security patch. So what happened between them? The story was, OpenAI was trying to test their latest model, which is unreleased. That model was being tested in a sandbox environment. Sandbox environment, an environment which is specifically created to test an application. It will not go, nothing can go outside that sandbox environment. Okay, to keep a safe, separate environment for testing. So OpenAI was testing their new model, and so whenever you're testing a new model, you give your model different tasks. Okay, you give your model coding related task, language related tasks, and mathematical task, whatnot, different tasks. So when your AI model is solving those tasks and calculating a score, that is when you tell that this is the power of our AI model. So that is why OpenAI was testing their new models, because to, in today's generation there is a huge model race. Everyone wants to come up with their new models, and they were also developing the same. So what happened is, it was given a task. Okay, to solve that task, it required Hugging Face tokens. Okay, Hugging Face tokens were required, or Hugging Face access was required to complete that task. All right. So what this LLM did was, the latest LLM did was, it broke out of the sandbox. It was not supposed to go there, but this agent broke, or this, not even agent, this LLM broke out of sandbox, and over the internet it went on to Hugging Face, accessed the Hugging Face credentials to solve the task. Okay, and what it also did was, when it was inside Hugging Face servers, okay, when it was inside Hugging Face servers, it also created fake logs. Okay, it tampered with the logs. Okay, and because it tampered with the logs, people of Hugging Face were not able to find out this incident, that where is that exact activity when this particular LLM model was there, and what exactly it did. So this model LLM was so smart enough to break out of the sandbox, go on to Hugging Face servers, and also create, tamper the log system. Okay, and this was a very huge concern to both of these organizations, wherein OpenAI was responsible to make a better model, which should have never broke the sandbox, And Hugging Face, it's a question on their security, that how can a LLM access their servers, or how can a LLM you know access models from Hugging Face. So that was a topic of concern. Okay. Now, how AI governance would have stopped this? When we talk about AI governance, so the moment LLM leaves from the sandbox, there should be a kill switch. That now LLM is out. This is where LLM is going outside the gates. Just kill the switch. Just stop the system. Okay. Guardrails, which means, see, these days LLM models are reasoning models, so they think, they reason before doing any task. Okay, so while they will be thinking that, hey, now I will go ahead and break it. Okay, so this, the very moment it is thinking this, it should be stopped right over there. And similarly for Hugging Face as well, if it is accessing the Hugging Face, it should not be allowed to access the Hugging Face. Okay, so this is guardrails. Guardrails shouldn't be a simple on off switch. It should be a defined system. Identity and authorization, this comes on the Hugging Face side of security. These both were on the OpenAI part of security. This comes towards the Hugging Face kind of security, where Hugging Face should not allow anyone to access their models, or access their tokens. Hugging Face should identify who is entering my system. Okay, I think Hugging Face was not doing that. There was a loophole over there. All right. So when AI reached Hugging Face system, those systems should have asked who or what and what is allowed here. Okay. So Hugging Face servers did not do that. They did not verify the identity, which means if you are entering in a club, you were never checked before entering the club. All right. So that was not good. We have to identify. We have to see, does this person has a ticket to go inside? And finally, audit logging. Okay, we have to develop such a audit logging system which is tamper proof. Okay, we all know about Google Pay. We have used Google Pay, and you know that the moment you make a transaction, even it is failed or it is not failed, you cannot delete that transaction. That transaction is locked. We cannot tamper with that logs of our transactions. So what is this? This is tamper proof logging, right? So if these all things would have been there, this incident would have never happened. Okay, Hugging Face and OpenAI, conflict. Then there was another incident. Replit AI coding agent deleted a production database. This is also a very, very recent thing which happened. Okay, July 2025. What happened is Replit was a new way of developing, simple applications. Okay, Replit is pretty much famous these days as well. And someone, Jason Lemkin, he's a startup founder, and for 9 days he was continuously developing this application using Replit, and he was vibe coding. Okay, while vibe coding, he might have given some task, and that database was actually running, and it had 1,200 executives from many companies. It was a running system. Okay, so while he was developing this application, he saw some activities happening on the coding agent side, and he got nervous, and he explicitly told this AI multiple times, "Do not, do not touch the production." Okay, he was prompting continuously while the agent was working that, "Hey, do not touch the production, do not touch the production." Cold freeze. He also tried to do these things, but the AI did not stop over there. The AI went on thinking, and the AI deleted this live production database. Okay. So, and after that, okay, when everything was deleted, okay, and when this was going on, AI was also replying that, okay, I'm acknowledging the freeze, but it did not stop there, and it deleted the entire database. Okay. When asked why, the AI explained itself that it saw an empty query result, assumed everything was broken. So AI panicked and ran destructive commands without asking permission first. Okay. So we can see AI is also panicking because AI is also a reasoning model. Okay. So they would have some fix over here, right? Replit. Replit would have made a system internally that this agent which we have developed, it is not allowed to touch this database. It is not allowed to touch this database at all. It can read, but it cannot do that. And there should be something called as human in the loop, which means when AI is working on your task, to take any decision, it will always ask a human. For example, a bank loan act. Okay, bank loan application. This is also a textbook example for understanding AI governance. When we talk about bank loan, okay, in bank loan we check that how much this user is earning, and how much is the age, and what is the gender, or like what is the job. Okay, we see all of these things, and depending upon this we say yes or no if the loan should be given. Okay, we also check the transaction history and everything. So to do this simple task, we can have an AI agent, right? We can have an AI agent, but AI agent should not see customer information. I mean, customer name, customer mobile number. These all things should not go to AI agent. Okay, so these things should be masked. Okay, masked. Instead of this, there should be star, star, star. All right, and then AI agent can only suggest if it is yes or no. Once AI agent has suggested that, hey, I think we should not give him the loan, it should be sent to a human for approval. And the end decision should be taken by a human only, that if I am deciding to give the loan or not. Okay, because see, developing AI agents to do our task is amazing, but this doesn't end the responsibility of humans. Okay, this doesn't end the responsibility of humans to operate the application or take decisions. Human is as equally as responsible over here for anything going out of the system. Okay, so governance. Okay, we are trying to make a system which is safe for everyone to use, and these were the two use cases, and these were the two incidents as well which happened in the past. There are many more incidents. Okay, there are many more incidents. Let me go over here and show you those incidents. If I go over here, right, should be here somewhere. I have it. Okay, so these are some use cases which you can do as assignment. Air Canada chatbot use case. So there was a Airways where a chatbot did something bad. Okay, there was something called as Dutch childcare scandal. Okay, you can use this. Workday AI hiring bias. So hiring is also a textbook example. Okay, where we explain that how AI can be biased while hiring. All right, then Clearview AI. Okay, privacy violation. You can go and read about all these use cases, all these incidents which has happened to understand the need of AI governance. All right, and now what we have currently understood is, currently we have understood two things. Okay, currently we have understood what is AI governance. So AI governance is nothing but a set of rules, depending upon which we have to keep in mind while developing our application, right? And then we have also understood that AI governance and AI security are two different things. Okay, we have understood this as well. And lastly, we have also understood the need of having AI governance. So now the next question is, all right, we understand AI governance where there are some rules made to develop your application. Next question. Okay, who sets the rules? Okay, who is this person, or who is setting the rules? Okay, do we have an answer to that? So yes, there are four things which are setting the rules. First, okay, the actual government. Okay, the actual government, we can say India government, we can say Europe government. So wherever the application is being developed, if your application is being developed in US, you have to take care of US rules and regulations. If your application is developed in Europe, so you have to take care of European rules. And if you are developing in India, so you have to take care of Indian rules and regulations. So first is government coming into the picture. Okay, second, there are some frameworks, there are some regulatory bodies, for example NIST. Okay, I will talk about this NIST later on. So NIST is a regulatory body or a framework to measure risk levels. Okay, there is a risk level that beyond this application risk you should not develop your particular you know uh, this is let me show you that risk part again. Okay, instead of talking about it, I was talking about this logo, that how much risky is your application. Your application should be very minimal risky. Okay, so that is what I was drawing. The third entity into consideration for making these rules and regulations, first is we we developers, or not developers, we or our organization. Okay, so let us say you are working for Google or you are working for Amazon. So Amazon and Google will have their own principles, own rules and principles, that hey, we don't develop these kind of applications. Own rules, own ethics. Okay, organization specific ethics. Organization also set their rules and regulations and boundaries, right? And lastly, we will have client level rules and regulations, client principles. Okay, just how we are a company, our client is also a company or an organization. We have our rules that hey, we won't develop this. Client has their own rules. We cannot convert this idea into a product. So everyone has their own rules and regulations. Government also has set some rules and regulations, and there are some frameworks who also define some rules and regulations. So keeping all these different things in mind, okay, everyone's we have to consider all these four constraints while setting the rules and regulations. Now that we know who sets the rules, I'm going to take an amazing example of an application. Example. Okay, this is a example of a customer support agent. Customer support agent. Okay, now how it works is, in every organization we have a back office team. What this back office team does is, they have 10 people. Okay, not literally 10 people, I'm just telling you they have a bunch of people, and all of these people interact with the customer queries. Okay, now every time there is a new customer, let us say there is a customer ABC, and when these customer support people are talking to this particular customer, they will ask that hey, tell me some ID using which I can recognize that this is you and I can fetch your details. Okay, so first the customer is going to tell its ID. Then once this ID is stored, this person will go to the database and it will search this ID, and huge list of information will come, and in this list of information he will read this list of information. Okay, and then answer the customer depending upon that. Okay, so this is a long process, and a solution to this is RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Okay, but can we simply let our AI agent to take care of this? Okay, because many a times customers are also requesting something. Customers are also saying that hey, delete me from your system. According to the there is some act, user for users. Okay, user protection act. Okay, which means any user can delete their information from the particular application at any time. So let us say you are developing an application. I mean, you have an account on Instagram, so you can anytime delete your account, and even on WhatsApp. Okay, it is your choice that you can delete your account anytime from the system. Okay, so when the user says, or when the customer is having a query and it is telling this person that hey, delete my ID from your system, I am no longer part of this, I want to close my membership, delete my account. So should we give this as well to AI? Should we give this permission as well to the AI, that AI can delete it? No. Okay, this is a managerial level permission. AI should not get a chance to delete it. Okay, so let us talk about hierarchies. If we are talking about hierarchy, so on the lowest level we have an intern. Okay, and then we have a manager. Okay, and then on top of that we have the admin. All right, we have admin, we have manager, and we have intern. Okay, now this AI service is given to all of them. Okay, we have developed an AI agent, and this service is given to all of them. But what this AI can do for this specific person changes. Okay, which means an intern, okay, an intern can only check the order status. Okay, intern can only check the order status. Intern cannot see the customer information. Okay, because it is still an intern. We don't want to give this intern any customer information. Okay, we don't want to give this intern any order related information. We just want to give the order status to the agent. So this means whenever this intern is telling that, hey, tell me the salary of this particular person, or hey, delete this customer's entry, or hey, read the order status. So from all these, this agent should decide who it is talking to. Agent knows that it is talking to intern, and intern is only allowed to read the order status. So if intern is telling that, hey, I want to delete this user's account, AI agent will tell that you are an intern, you don't have that authority to do. Similarly, manager can see the order status as well, and manager can also see customer information, and manager can also update the customer information. For example, now he's on a manager level, he is a senior level than intern. The customer is telling that, hey, I want to change my phone number. Okay, from now onwards I want to keep a separate communication or a different way of communication, or I want to change something with my account, I want to change my subscription plan, something. So updating this information is allowed to manager. So manager can simply tell this AI agent that this is the ID. Okay, this is the customer ID. Go ahead and update the email with XYZ email. Okay, and the AI agent will automatically go to the database. Okay, there a use case will come text to SQL. Okay, a use case will come text to SQL, that given our text, it will be converted into a SQL query internally, and the information will be updated. But manager is not allowed to delete a customer. Okay, so when a manager will tell this AI agent, hey, delete that customer, AI agent will tell, I cannot allow you to delete this customer, you are not admin. Okay, and then finally admin, who can delete and add new customers. Okay, the owner or the CEO or the admin can also update the data, he can also delete the data, and he can of course view the data. Okay, so you see that we have developed a common system, but who is getting which access is what we have defined in our system, so that we are using AI agent responsibly in our organization to solve our day-to-day problems, right? This is a simple use case. So now the use case is clear. Let us talk about something. See, AI governance, okay? AI governance has two parts. First is technical governance and security, and second one is strategic governance. Okay, that is where I'm taking this towards. I have, from the very start, I'm telling AI security is one thing and rules and regulations are one thing, but these both are two sides of AI governance, front and back side of AI governance. Okay, let us talk about the strategic and policy governance. The moment you are talking to the client, okay, the moment you are thinking about a new product idea in your organization, you are into a research team, you have to go according to the rule book and ethics of your organization and the government. You have to classify risk level, that hey, is this risk okay. You have to check that this is acceptable in our rules. Okay, you have to ensure the legal things, you have to you have to gather some proofs. So this is on a strategic level. Okay, and once you have defined all of this, when you are developing, you have to securely build the system, which means plan, build, test, deploy, and monitor. Okay, this is the life cycle. But in this, there should be encryption end to end. Okay, secure cloud computing. There should be secure AI systems, which mean guardrails. All right, and we have to test our model, which means LLM evaluations, and we have to ensure our system performs as expected. Okay, so this all we have to do, and with a combination of both of these things, we achieve AI governance. Okay, so I'm just going to make this very, very clear once for all. Now we know AI governance has two sides: technical side and strategic side. So in every organization, we have a compliance team. Okay, compliance team, and this compliance team is going to take care of defining the rules and the scope of the project, and technical team is going to make sure that it meets the strategy, it meets the requirements, and it meets the basic security level. Okay, so while we are talking about compliance, all these things will come into the picture. Okay, I'm taking this down and taking this down. Every time we are talking about compliance, so EU Act, okay, and NIST, all right, and etc. etc. All of these things will be coming into consideration. Risk levels, all right, regulatory frameworks, and when we talk about security, so guardrails, right, and then gateways, right, and then observability. These all things will be coming into the picture, and these are two sides of AI governance. Now that we very well understand the two sides of AI governance, I will go here and talk about the project use case. Okay, so imagine we run an online store, shop ease. All right, we just built a AI chatbot for our customer team, which is what I was talking about. Okay, we wanted to solve the task of our customer support team, and we made a AI bot. So what this AI agent can do, it can check the order status, it can answer the user questions, issue refunds. Okay, we don't want an intern to issue the refund, or we don't want an AI agent also to issue an refund. Okay, because support sometimes needs it. All right, and delete a customer's account entirely, we don't want all of that. Only a person can do this, so person's role will never go out of the picture. Now, what AI chatbot can do? AI chatbot can surely check the status, answer the questions, and AI chatbot can also issue the refunds. Really not a big deal. But AI chatbot cannot delete the account. But a support team can do all of these things. Okay. Now it is different at what level this support team is: intern level, admin level, or managerial level. Okay. When we are developing this application, there are some fears. Okay. What are these fears when you are developing this application? I don't want just anyone pretending to be a trusted AI agent. Which means, let us say a developer accidentally leaked your LLM API key. This happened earlier. Okay, if accidentally someone leaked your API key, they can directly access your system. Okay, so we want that only an AI agent which is running in our IP address, only that AI agent should be able to use it. Okay, even though that agent is running in our IP address, okay, it should have a given identity. It should have a roll number. Okay, I will talk about that. It should have a roll number, and then only if the roll number is confirmed, then only this agent should be able to work with the API key, because API key gives that access. Second, I don't want a junior support engineer to be able to trigger something which only admin should, which means delete customer record. Junior support should not be able to do it. And third, I don't want the AI showing customer private email to just any support team. So AI should cover the private information of any users. Of course, we cannot delete the user information, we need it, but we also don't want AI to show it to the users. Okay, we have to make this AI smart. So this is what I was talking about, right? AI will only show the last digits which are important. Okay, so where am I going towards? I am going towards the governance layers of this particular application. Okay, what will be the layers? We understood that types of AI governance: strategic and technical. But when we are developing an AI application, like we spoke, AI governance is an ongoing process. Okay, so to understand that ongoing process, there are a few layers of AI governance which are coming into the picture. Let me go through one of them, each of them. So first one is identity governance. Okay, identity governance means, I will just break it down very simply, okay, because this is very important to know. Identity governance. Okay, this means who is gonna have an ID? Two things, two entities are going to have an ID. First is a human, and second is an AI agent. Which means the moment a user is logging in, okay, we should note down that who is the user, and we should note down the level of that user, which means is he a junior, or is he a manager, or is he a what? Okay, then secondly, an AI agent. Okay, the moment this AI agent is coming into the system, the which we are registering, it should have a registered ID, which means a roll number 1234. This ID should be registered, IP address should be registered, and the description of AI agent should be registered. Which means every time this agent will perform an action, okay, agent will give the intention. Okay, we can add this part as well. Every time agent is going to do some action, okay, or enter our system, it will give its intention that why it is coming. Similarly, see, whenever you are entering a parking, okay, let us say you are going to a mall, and the mall has a parking lot. Okay, whenever you are entering a parking, you are first taking the ticket. Okay, or let us say you are going to meet your principal of the school. Okay, whenever you are going to meet the principal, there is an assistant waiting outside, and an assistant will ask, why do you want to meet this principal? Okay, once they tell you that the reason of meeting, once they know the intention, then they allow you to go inside this particular room to meet the principal, right? So identity of the human, which means let us say the trustee of the college has come to meet the principal, or just a student has come to the meet the principal. Okay, so human has to be verified. Apart from this, AI agent is also supposed to be verified, that what this AI agent will be doing, what is the registered ID, and what is the IP address. So every time, let us say if someone else tried to access our LLM API key, okay, if someone leaked this LLM API key, even though he is trying to get into the system, he will not get the similar ID. Okay, similar ID he will not get, and he will also not get a similar IP address. Okay, IP address can be same if he is a inner person, but uh, ID will not be the same, and this ID will be checked, that is this ID registered, and if this ID is not registered, it will not be allowed to enter the system. So this is the first part, identity governance. The second is policy governance. Okay, we have defined some rules and regulations, right? So during the process of execution, during the process of development and everything, we will check some rules. Okay, this policy governance, okay, this will come on every layer. Okay, after identity, after data, after model, policy governance will come after every step. Okay, at each step this particular policy governance will come, so that it is checking that what is this agent supposed to do. Okay, policy governance, it will keep on checking that what this agent is supposed to do. That's what I said, agent will keep on giving the intention of the next step. Okay, policy governance. So enforce some rules across the AI system. Okay, just in case if agent is trying to do something, like open AI agent try to go out of the sandbox. Okay, if this agent is trying to do the same, we will stop it right there. Okay, and this was policy governance, right? Next, we have data governance. Okay, data governance, and this is the same part, that which identity is able to access what kind of data. This is data governance. Okay, as simple as that. manage, catalog, protect datasets. Okay, an AI agent can only update. All right, an AI agent can only read, but AI agent cannot delete it. Okay, AI agent can issue refunds, but only when human in the loop is there. All right, and of course, if you are talking about admin level identity can give this AI to delete the system as well. I mean, delete the particular record, and AI can do that part. Okay, so data governance, we are going to take care of using this part. Okay, which will keep on checking that is the right, so is the right human asking for the right task. Okay, which means read or delete. Then model governance, which means during the development, okay, during throughout our development, let us say we made our application in 2016. After 2016, hardware became good, so we have better new LLM model. Okay, then after 2016, time passed by, we have new LLM. Similarly, we have in 2018 we have new LLM. So I'm saying this. We can also talk about months. Okay, we are testing new LLMs onto our system. Okay, this is model governance where we run some tests on same. We run some similar test on different LLMs. Okay, when we are running the tests, we are getting the scores and the performance of the model. We have maintained a list of models that which we have used in the past and which we are using currently. Okay, we are checking their performance continuously, and this is what is model governance. So track version, which means update the models, manage AIML models. Okay, so we can see, we can check, and we can delete. All right, so this is what is model governance. And finally, operations governance, which means every step which is happening, user logged in, AI agent triggered, AI agent did a task, issue closed, this user, this customer came, all the operations, okay, they all should also be monitored. And this is operations governance. Okay, and these all can be a layer, these all can be layers of the use case which I was talking about. Okay, our use case was shop ease. All right, this was our use case. So for this use case, we can have these kind of governance layers, and these are the standard governance layers which every application should have. Now, depending upon the use cases, identities will change, policies will change, data will change, model will change, and operations will change, but the pipeline will be the same itself. Okay, and this is the pipeline. Now we have studied different layers of AI governance which we can have. Okay, let us not call it AI governance, let us only call it governance, because this is standard to any application. Now we have some open source solutions, and we have some paid solutions as well. We will go for that. So whenever we talk about identity governance, okay, identity governance, when we want to identify which human and which AI agent, that registering the IP address and giving it a unique ID and all those things. So key clock is a technology, just how we have LangChain and LangGraph for making AI agents. We have key clock, an open source solution to check human logging. Okay, if human has logged in into the system. And we have Spire. Okay, we have Spire. This is another framework which helps to check your agent, okay, using a cryptographic manner. Please understand this part, cryptographic manner. So which means the moment the user has come into the picture, the moment the agent has come into the picture, we will encrypt this particular agent, that now only this agent can enter our system. Okay, so we use Spire and Keyclock, open source free solutions. And when we talk about a real production tool, which means in production what you use is, you use Okta, Auth0, Microsoft Entra ID. So these are some services online. Okay, and Spire as well. So for human logging, we use this, and for agent, Spire is also used in production. Okay, next we talk about policy governance. So this is nothing, open policy agent. Okay, open policy agent. What this open policy agent will do, it will monitor each step of your application execution, and it will tell that is it happening within the policies or not. Okay, if any one of these condition fails, the system will stop there itself. Okay, it will not proceed further. All right. So open policy agent is used, is a free tool which is used, and in industry also open policy agent is used. Okay, this is the go-to option of industry as well. Okay, open policy agent is currently being used by Netflix, Pinterest, Goldman Sachs, T-Mobile. Okay, verified Google information. So open policy assistant is also free and a industry standard. Then next, for taking care of data. Okay, even data, to take care of data, we are using blockchain kind of scenario, where even the moment data is created, we create a we add it to the chain in our blockchain. Okay, I will not complicate it with that, but again, cryptography is coming into the picture, that if even little bit of data is changed by anyone, either human or agent, okay, we will track that version that this is changed, and we can also flag it. Okay, so for data governance, open metadata is used as an open source solution, and we have Colibra, Alation, Microsoft Preview, Informatica. These all tools. And if we talk about cloud native, so AWS Glue Data Log, Lake Information, Google Cloud Dataplex. Okay, these all are the cloud level solutions which we use for data governance. Then model governance. So MLflow is an amazing oldest open source solution for model governance. Model governance has been happening from a very long time in AI industry, and MLflow is also one of the oldest. Okay, and in industry also MLflow is used in production. Databricks managed MLflow. Okay, and if you want cloud solutions, so AWS SageMaker, Google Vertex AI Model Registry, Azure ML Model Registry. We will study this in the upcoming times, in depth, each of these. But this is open source solution. And lastly, operations governance, Langfuse. Okay, you can also use Langsmith. Langfuse is used, and the production scenarios, you have Datadog. For LLM observability, you have Aries AI, Phoenix, Splunk. These are used in industry. Okay, so free sources and industry sources, a great comparison to understand that when you are developing a POC, okay, proof of concept, MVP products, you can go for open source. No, you don't have to spend anywhere there. Once your system is done, that is when you can go for the production kind of alternatives. So now let me quickly conclude this particular concept. Okay, I will go here, and here we have a particular picture. See, AI governance. What is AI governance? Okay, safe, legal, accountable, transparent, secure, reliable, fair, and sustainable product. Okay, this is AI governance. Okay, and who all make the rules? First of all, government makes the rules. See, these all are the laws, prohibited practices, EU Act. This is the EU Act, which means if you are in Europe and your system is not made according to the EU Act, you are not allowed to use our system. Then US also, we have some laws. Okay, US EU law. Then for India also we have some laws. Okay, China also we have some laws, and UK also we have some laws, right? Then if I go here, what are the key risks? So bias and fairness, privacy, security, hallucination, copyright, safely, accountability, misinformation, right? Agentic AI controls, what all things agentic AI can do. Okay, tool permissions, it has to need permissions for using. Sandbox, it should always work in a sandbox environment. It should never go out of the system. Human approval, AI can never take decision without humans. Spend limits, okay, you should keep spending limits on your application so that you don't go over budget. Kill switches, which means if your application is behaving bad, okay, it will automatically be terminated. All right, so these all come into AI governance, and some frameworks as well, for example NIST and the ISO laws. Okay, OSED, OWASP. Okay, OWASP is always used for making an LLM application. You can check that. All right. And finally, yeah, we are talking about development. So the process of development is like this. The user will first hit the gateway, where there will be role based access control, which means what this particular user is given, audit logs that the user has entered the system, okay, spending limits, is this user having enough API credits to use our system, okay, input guardrails, is the user asking a safe and good question, sensible question, or is he not asking a good question, okay. Then RAG process will happen as it happens, okay. LLM agent, it will be running in a sandbox, a box, okay. It will use the tool and it will use only the tools for which it has permissions, okay. And output guardrails, it will make sure that AI agent has not given anything falsified. And then finally user will get all the information. So observability, okay, evaluation and red teaming, model and prompt registry, policy as a code, okay. And these are all the use cases and all the incidents which has happened, which has forced AI governance to be a very important part of any application. Lastly, your assignment will be read AI governance, okay. Read about what is AI governance. Next, the most exciting part, go on to products, okay. Go on to any products. I will show you an example now. Go on to any products and see, have they released their open license, have they released their license, that hey, we have the permission to release this product according to the EU law or Indian law or NIST, we have done this. So whenever the organizations provide their license or their proof, that is when they are approved, okay. And they give this out in public to read for, fundamental analysis. You will do this. And secondly, you will also just generally read about rules, okay, that what kind of rules are there, okay. And then you will sit and brainstorm, okay. This is going to be the most fun part. You will brainstorm a product idea, a simple product idea. It can be anything, okay. I am not asking you to make it, I am asking you to think it, okay. You have to think of any product idea, and the moment you have thought about product idea, you will think that how you will add governance over here, okay. We know that governance will come on every layer of software development life cycle. So you will break down your product idea into the 5 layers of governance which we spoke about: identity governance, policy governance, right, data governance, operation governance, and model governance. So you will break down your product idea into all these small parts. And when you do this particular activity, okay, when you do this particular activity, you will automatically understand that when next time I will be developing a product, how I have to stay in, how I have to define the processes or the operations of my product. And this is going to be your assignment. So first part, understand what is AI governance on your own level, okay. And then brainstorm a product idea, and you are going to love it. And that is it for this particular video. I hope you loved it and I hope you enjoyed it. All right, make sure you do your assignment and you tell me about what are all the product ideas that you are thinking about. I would love to read your comments. Now people, understand one more part. We have only had an overview of AI governance, okay. There are a lot more things coming into the picture. We are still not into the depth, but we are at a very good foundational level of understanding that what this AI governance is all about. So start exploring, and by the time I will also come with more exciting videos regarding implementation of AI governance. So yes, that is it for this video. See you in the next upcoming videos. Until then, take care, live your life. Bye bye.